All right, week 2, round 3 of season 22. We are 1-1 right now, going up against Barbarati, who has Annihilus. And as you can see, we figured out the one shot. This was very, very efficient, actually. There's some other interesting things in here as well. So let's get right into it. Starting with stage 1, sus immortal weapons. There's a lot of cheap counters to this. I don't think this defense really holds up anymore or doesn't really do much. There's Old Man Logan things you can do to this with Dakin and Black Knight and Ares. There's this is okay, I guess, but also I had so much left over that I just blew it up because 2026 is a pretty high score. So and part of the reason why I had so much left over is, I say this a lot, the total puzzle is what matters for your defense. So if you have like 2 really spicy rooms, but then the rest of your defense is kind of, average, I guess, in terms of spiciness, whatever you want to call it, then it kind of means you can really commit to certain rooms and then overkill the rest depending on your offense. So anyway, so yeah, Black Knight is here just as safety against sus because even though I'm stopping speedbar with Sentry, once Sentry goes, speedbar's on the table, so he's just kind of here to finish sus off. So I was hoping Jeff would go first here, but it's Quasar, but it's fine. Quasar is here to kind of remove the charges off of Iron Fist so that he doesn't heal and that they lose a lot of their damage reduction. So you can see with 1 turn already, he's kind of half health. Also, I did set up Sentry as a skirmisher, and everyone else is a striker, except for BK. Now Sentry goes and does his thing. Boop. So immediately dead. Now you see Super Skull did get a bunch of turn meter from that because I applied debuffs, but he's just going to do this into BK and then die because Black Knight had a bunch of barrier and Null really doesn't care, especially with his improved stats. Finally, Jeff gets to go, brings them all in, focusing on Lady Bullseye because she's the only threat, and then with 1 more turn to go, that's it. So yeah, this is definitely overkill. You don't need to throw this much at it, but I did this from last, just to be clear. So this is what I actually had left over, which is a little crazy. Okay, so stage 2, Exalted X-Men with Malekith. I don't know why he's here. He stops battlefield effects, not stops, so he removes allied battlefield effects in war, but doesn't do that in Crucible, so I don't know why he's here. Maybe just because he's big-ish, or maybe he's just confused with war. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Also, 5 diamond morph is kind of terrifying, and a bit surprising that she's only 6 red. Now the plan here, and unfortunately it didn't work, and that's because this guy's 5 diamonds probably. But anyway, you can see everyone survived, including Fury. You'll see what the plan was, and it partially worked, but it's still, pretty good. So the idea here is, when Fury does his thing, any character that is 127 and above will get to go before Morph. So the idea was that, Hitmonkey would stun, what's her face? Storm? And then Blade would blind these 3 because they're not, his special is not unavoidable, so you can just blind him. I probably should have done it differently though, and I should have basically stunned Morph with Hitmonkey and tried to, I don't know, blind in the middle. Actually, no, that doesn't work because her ultimate is unavoidable. So yeah, the idea was blind the trio but stun Storm. So anyway, Odin does this. So now you're off the taunt. This is why you also don't really want anyone faster than 128 or faster than Odin, I guess, because you're just going to be hitting into Angel. And then you kind of want to leave him alone. So we do the stun here. Boop. And since Wolverine is not here, a sister on the table, so you can really tunnel down. The annoying thing is that, goddamn, every time. So I even made my Blade a skirmisher, which gives him... Yeah, his focus even as skirmisher is really not high. For reference, like Hitmonkey I think is 170 something, even as a striker. Let's see, oh yeah, 188. So yeah, Blade's focus is just really low. So then yeah, I hit this trio expecting to, blind them or at least morph. but they both resisted it. So this is not a consistent way of avoiding that. The funny thing is, you just bring Weaver, and then you're guaranteed to blind him, which is kind of funny. So if I do this again, I'll just bring Weaver again, which is awesome. It's just less damage because Weaver's not going to do anything, and actually, killing Storm here was pretty good, but she's stunned anyway. Morph then does his thing. He's still kind of bugged because he attacks my Captain Britain, and then my Odin takes a ton of damage. So for some reason, Morph will special on one target, hit the real target, or actually I don't even know why. It says Morph special on Odin. Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness here. Like this is a single target attack. Where is it? It's just there's something really weird about it because attack primary target for a bunch of damage. On Crucible defense, targets the enemy with the highest focus, which here is Odin, I'm guessing. Repeat this attack 3 times, then it does a bunch of damage. So yeah, it's meant to hit one target, but somehow it hits both Captain Britain and Odin. And my Odin took a lot of damage. Like, that was actually pretty crazy. But even my Captain Britain survived? There's something weird. Like, Captain Britain should not be surviving if my Odin took this much damage. So I think... Actually, I don't know. There's just some weirdness here. I don't know if like the repeats of damage are split amongst 2 targets. It's really confusing what's going on with him. But either way, he should only be hitting one person. So something's definitely off here. Anyway, Malekith then does his thing, which sure, I guess he's never gonna really kill anyone. Then we swipe. Like you can see, this is already over. And now I'm ignoring Angel because if I touch him, he's going to heal them. So I'm just attacking into here. Unfortunately, that was not enough to kill him, and then Angel gets to go. So he's going to heal them a bunch, but not too much. And then a swipe kind of takes a bunch of that away. Morph gets to go again, and he hits into Captain Britain, who again survives. So yeah, their damage is just not there, even at 5 diamonds. What is it get called? Gonna attack primary and adjacent for 350, plus 25%. Yeah, I don't understand how Captain Britain survives here. So there's just something weird with Morph going on. Even at 5 diamonds, like he should be annihilating people. But Odin gets to use his special at this point, so there's all my efficiency back. I used the basic on Morph here because it hits multiple times, so it lets you get through death proofs. And at this point, it's just getting through Angel, which is not very hard with everyone alive, because he dies on his turn. So yeah, Exalted, there's definitely trickier versions of this. Malekith doesn't really do anything, so I'm not sure why he's here. But yeah, most Odin Fury comps here will just eat this alive, and it's just a matter of bringing in things that can help with efficiency. And I think next time I do this, I just swap Weaver with Blade, and then as long as Hitmonkey has stunned Storm, Morph isn't even going to touch me. Moving on to stage 3, so there was no Phoenix Force on defense, and New Mutants I Daemoned, as you're going to see in a bit, so first time I tried Daring Warriors on Starjammers, and it works pretty well, especially since Groot isn't going to be a pain in the ass. You get to stay very healthy here, so there's one unfortunate quirk that just might save you 1 or 2 efficiency, but yeah, the trauma silence lands on Nova because Eclipse does her thing, I think before... Let's see, before any other characters. So yeah, so before he gets his charges, I get to hit him, so this isn't resisted. And then Havoc does his ultimate on Speedball. You can see he just did nothing. Didn't even dent him. Then I silence this trio, just in case, because I don't really care about Groot. Yeah, you see I'm just blocking everything. It's kind of a mess. So here, unfortunately, this guy still resists the charge removal, which is a little annoying because he does have bonus focus on this. He's got 300% extra focuses on a level and can't be blocked. So him resisting this, I feel like most of the time you'll get this off. You could make him a skirmisher if you really wanted to, but I mean, if you're using Daring Warriors against Starjammers, you're probably already overkilling something else. But yeah, Daredevil's ultimate basically kills most of the team. Speedball onto here. I was hoping to ability block him, but he still gets to do his ultimate. Boop. But, you know, again, barely dents me. Jessica Jones ultimate to kill Groot. And now we just start working on this guy who will take, as you can see, 2 more turns, but is never really going to do anything. I could have basicked here just to remove debuffs, but the bleeds I figured would kill him regardless, and then Daredevil basic is a lot of damage, so that was it. Yep, Starjammers, as they should, just lose to Daring Warriors. Stage 4. You've seen this all before. I'm not gonna show it. It's, you know, it's 2 turns. Yo-Yo takes a turn, blows everyone up. It's whatever. Moving on to the main event. So stage 5. You'll see this is the same attack I did last time in round 1. The only difference here is that I made Breaker G21 because he gets a surprising amount of stats from that compared to some other characters. And last time I was short just a little bit damage against a monster team. So this is more of a normal sized team, I'd say. If anything, I'm surprised this is as small as it is, but I think Barbarati prefers War over Crucible, so I guess that makes sense. Also, my Breaker is 2 diamond, which not everyone has that big, although they're running it again, so most people actually, not most people, but more people can get 2 diamond. But a lot of this is really just how hard this guy hits and sets up my Annihilus to remove Rod from his Annihilus. So, let's look at it. Because, yeah, last time I was off by a little bit of damage, and that was against a full G21 Mega Diamond Daring Warriors, so I feel like this is kind of guaranteed now at most sizes. I guess the only wrinkle is, can I do this for an Annihilus that is not 1 diamond? Because they're going to be way more survivable, so that's going to be the next thing to sanity check. So, okay, so Breaker does his special. As you can see, he just destroys this Annihilus, and my Annihilus almost immediately removed Rod. I'm actually okay that he didn't, because the ability block would have gone away. And now he's just going to basic into Gwen, and he's not going to heal up, which is perfect. The other thing here is I also made Gwen a striker, just to commit to kills a little bit better. So you see his Annihilus will just basic, no health. Now my Annihilus goes, so he did heal a little bit, it's hard to see, but he's still in the red. But I get to do special, which eats the Rod, and then I start getting pings. Now Eclipse gets to go, and I mean, heals them up a little, but they've taken permanent damage. So here, I just targeted someone that had more than 1 vulnerable, so I can do % health damage from the ISO. But in general, a not G21 Eclipse will probably be the lowest health Daring Warrior on the team. She also gets a lot of stats from being G21 for some reason compared to 20.5, so you'll see now how much more damage she's going to take. Yeah, like she's already in the yellow. Now the ISO brings him down. But like, yeah, if she had 2 vulnerables, this may have just killed her. I also don't know why Daredevil is missing here, honestly. Daredevil is better than Jessica Jones because if I don't get kills, he will then kill me. But yeah, Darkstar does her thing here now. Nobody's dead yet, but now they are because my Shadow King did a ping. Here I got a tiny bit greedy because I was like, I really need to kill Thrasher, but I feel like I can kill more of these. So we do this here, kill Thrasher luckily, also kills Jessica, and then we get a ping, and that's it. So pretty happy with this counter. I would call it cheap. It's also very size dependent. Like my Gwen is like 5 diamonds G21, so she does a lot of damage, but she's a good tank in general. My Breaker's 2 diamond. My Darkstar is 3 diamonds. So if you have like a really big Darkstar, she helps a ton, and obviously Annihilus, not everyone has them, but if you have a small one, I'd say it's probably better to have yours on offense, just one-shot theirs, if you can, because this now still allows me to go heavy on defense, which is what I like to do, without having to worry about how I'm going to clear their Annihilus. The only other thing to consider here is that this is against Daring Warriors Annihilus. I have something different that I would need to try if this was Exalted Annihilus, but I haven't had a chance to test that one out yet, so we'll see if it's successful or not. And finally, stage 6, also overkill, plus we got the payout for Blast Iron Thunderstrike, so any sort of damage checks you were running into before are probably gone now because of the increases here, where you don't have to absolutely get to 5 stacks. I think I actually did it with 3 stacks here and just blew everyone up just because I was curious if it'll work, and Blue Marvel was guaranteed to die. And I've also noticed a lot of folks have been putting Blue Marvel with teams that don't stop a Mephisto from doing bad things to him. So this is another big reason why I like Mephisto on offense. I don't think I needed him here by any means, but giving the offense up and all the debuffs always helps. Also, this is room 6, and Black Knight is probably here because of trying to stop compositions like this, because you're going to lose 15% health every time you take a turn. Blastar and Kahori take a bunch of turns to set everything up, and BK is going to chip away at your efficiency. But I just brought Old Man Logan here, prevent his charges, so he's never going to retaliate. And the rest are, annoying characters, but also kind of irrelevant. Like Emma's good because, sure, she might mess with the Blastar combo to some degree. Like if I didn't have Mephisto to guarantee an extra basic attack, then maybe things would get weird. But Thanos is only here in case this fails to re-energize Blue Marvel, and Phantom Rider is just here to be annoying because he can dodge. He can dodge the ultimate from Blastar because it's not unavoidable. But overall, I just see this as an efficiency sink. I don't know that it would ever really win. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, Kahori goes. Boop. Kahori goes again, and you can see she's kind of like killing herself at this point. Like this is only damage from the room. Same with Mephisto here, he just took 15% damage. You do the Mephisto basic, empowered basic. At this point, this man is guaranteed to die. And yeah, I do a 3 stack with offense of Bomb Burst, and it basically wipes the board. He survives just because he's big with new stats. Actually, how big are you? Let's see. Thanos, 5 diamond, G21. So yeah, he's got like, holy shit, so he's got 77 million health. Okay, so yeah, but even he barely didn't survive. So with an Iron Patriot in the mix, like nothing will survive Blastar comps anymore. And just one more turn, and that's it. So yeah, that was round 3. Once I figure out how my opponent did, I'll splice that in and we can wrap up the week. So see you in a second.
Alright, looks like we got the win for this one. So we're going to go 2-1 this week as opposed to 1-2 from last week. I don't know if I'll actually gain any points because I lost 12 from the first round, then I gained 6 yesterday, so maybe I'll get a point or 2. I'm not too sure. But otherwise, still in the top 10 for now. Also, now that I've figured out how to deal with Annihilus, hopefully we'll get back to winning more than losing. But we'll see how the meta shifts over time, especially with Symbiote 6 coming out. I'm sure people will come up with some cool things to do there. But otherwise, I'll see you next time.